Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome back. We're on episode 8 of our playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3. And if you are following on directly from the last episode, you may notice that we've moved the date up by about a month and a half. I did record an earlier version of episode 8, and it took about an hour, and the vast majority of it consisted of me assigning leaders to divisions because I removed all the leaders. It was a giant pain in the ass, and I cannot possibly imagine that you will have missed anything by me dumping that entire 54 minutes of video in the toilet and moving directly to episode 8, starting with April 14th, 1938. While I am at that, I might as well apologize for the first several episodes of this Let's Play series in which I had the mouse pointer hidden. Sorry about that, if that threw anybody off. I mean, you could kind of see where it was going, but it was not super helpful. So now we're going to start the clock again, and we're going to actually move up to speed 5, which is where we would like to be at this particular part in the war. Supply production at stop. Supply production advanced. That's great that we got that. I'm glad. Let's look at industry. This all looks good. Didn't we create some industry? Let's look at our technology and look at our construction practical. Oh, it's gone down a lot. Let's create an IC. 348 days. There's not much we can do about that. It's not tremendously expensive. It was my intention to get that construction practical up. While we're moving the clock, let's take a look at stop. Czechoslovakia counter-espionage is 0. National unity is at 66%, 68%. That's not bad. We've got a unit here that we can deploy. We have some IC being wasted on production and upgrades. So let's do that. You know what? I'm going to make another IC. Because I can, and because it's a good idea to. So if we put this division down somewhere, let's take a look at where... Okay, that's full. That's full. That's not. So this is the 3rd Army Corps. That's where we're going to put this guy, under the 3rd Army Corps. Right there. And if we look at this guy... actually, let's look at the 3rd Army Corps. In the unit browser... Yep, it assigned a guy for us, Von Schell, who's probably better than he ought to be. So moving the clock again. This upgrade business is killing us here. We've got to peel these off. So we're in 1938. We're going to get this started because it's going to take a fucking long time. Let's actually put that up at the top. Nah, that's not going to be done until 1940. That's a huge bonus. We can't do that yet. Mass assault. We can do that. We don't need more technology at this time, however. Oh, and this just went down to 0. Okay, so let's kill that. And this puts our... That looks good. This looks good. And that still gives us something like 37 free IC. Alright, so we have 2 battleships in the pipeline. I probably want to start another one soon, but not that soon. We've got subs and destroyers in the pipeline. We will put another 2 destroyers in the pipeline. That's a start. We need another fighter, another interceptor. That'll eat IC. We still have about 17 more. Looking at that, we have 7 Jagdgeschwader units, so that's pretty much what we want. Wouldn't kill us to have more. What else can we do here? We can make transport planes, but transport planes don't do us any good because we don't have paratroopers right now, and we can't make them, so I don't really care too much. Naval bombers. What about naval bombers? It's medium bomber practical. Let's look at tech. Air, or medium bomber practical, is at... not bad. Light aircraft practical is through the fucking sky, though. Haha. We are actually going to make a wing of naval bombers. 3 of them. And that puts us at 165 out of 146, which is not quite where we wanted to be. Looking at diplomacy, the U.S. continues to motor towards the Axis. Battleship armor. Battleship anti-aircraft. Japan annexed Shaanxi. And they enforced a conquer on Shaanxi. We have those 2 battleship things that we can roll off. And we don't have to replace them. Self-propelled artillery brigade. That is hugely important. And we're wasting on upgrades. So very soon, we are going to start looking at making some new rapid divisions. Destroyer engine we can punt off. Destroyer main armament, that's going to be more than we can do right now, so we have to find something else. It's 1938, so we're going to go... We don't really need these for anything as far as I know. We're going to take airborne infantry, actually. That sounds great. We're going to need that because we're going to need it in the Balkans and probably somewhere else too. Where are we wasting here? Upgrades. It'd be great if we could get through the rest of 1938 in this episode. I'm not sure we will. Looking at diplomacy, we don't have the First Vienna Award event. I believe we will become eligible for that event in October. And that will allow us to seize the remainder of Czechoslovakia without firing a shot. Okay, we have a Panzer Division. So right now we have this Panzer Division, which is full of light panzers. Let's keep the clock rolling. Just move it to speed 3. We have this Panzer Division. So this is the 11th Panzer Corps. We'll put that there. Okay. And we have a medium in there too. We have a medium in there. And we are going to put... Let's see. What do we have for panzers rolling off? Nothing. We can't have that technology. Let's look at our land. Our armor practical is pretty good. We want to keep something moving, though. Armor. We can make heavy tanks. We need to put that in production. And that'll be done in November. But in the meantime, let's create a division of medium armor. One of these guys, I think. We'll get rid of the Waffen-SS and put motorized in there instead. That'll make it cheaper, too. Am I still wasting on production? I guess I am. Well, let's put together a light armor, a motorized, a self-propelled artillery, and another light armor. That totally works. One of those. And we've got another armor here, which we're going to put out west, actually. So this army, we're going to put that, we'll put it here in Munster. And we'll create a corps. And this will be Oh, I've got to look the friggin' number up now. It's going to be east. So here's Gruppe Ost. 4th Army. We have the 16th Army Corps. This is going to be the 17th Panzer Corps. This gives us some badly needed oomph on the Western Front. And we'll make sure this is attached to the 1st Armée. Speed up to speed 5 again. Oil refining, that's going to get kicked off. 21-21, that looks good. Our officer ratio is climbing again. We need to keep that number up because as we add units to the army, that ratio, it is a ratio, so it will go down. So, let's see. Tactical bombers, we're going to put... let's see. We have an interceptor here, an interceptor here, an interceptor here, and an interceptor. We'll put, let's see, artillery carriage and sights. We got to roll that off. Escorts. Let's look at this. Let's look at capital. That looks good. Is the number right? The number is right. Keep it rolling. Artillery barrel and ammunition. That comes off. This goes here. These are all fine. We need one more. Armored cars are never something I've seriously considered doing. You know what? There's something we need to make. We need to make a rocket test site, and it's going to take 247 days. And then when we look at technology, we don't really want the rocket artillery, to be honest about it. We do want the rocket engine, and we need a rocket test site. We're in 1938. We can take agriculture, first aid and combat medicine. That keeps us out of everybody's hair for now. We have Unterseebootsflotte. And we'll put these here. And let's see. That's this one guy. Assmann. Assmann. That's horrible. This is the 3rd Unterseebootsflottille. Destroyer armor. We got to pull that off. Let's look at escorts real quick. Submarine stuff is basically up to date, so that's good. Jagdgeschwader. This will go in the 7th Jagdgeschwader. No, it won't. There it is. Okay. That looks good. Let me make sure. Okay, good. We do have a Assmann. What a name that guy has. So if we go over to inefficient research. What are we inefficienting on? Anti-aircraft barrel and ammunition. Let's get rid of that. Let's put in... Capital ships should be fine at this point. Bombers. Everything is basically in production. Twin-engine aircraft. Air-launched torpedo. We'll take that. Nope, we won't. We don't need that. What do we got now? Zerstörer-Geschwader. So what do we got here? So we're looking to put this in Kiel. And we need to find that. And that's this. And that is going to have to get this whole thing completely wiped out. The 3rd Atlantische Flotilla, which right now consists of a single destroyer. But that's okay. Up, stop. Okay, do we have more destroyers coming? We do. Very good. We're at 167. We're putting in 155. Fighter ground control advance. We need to take that off. Let's look at fighters. Aero engine. Oop, no. Small fuel tank first. That gives us increased range, which we desperately will need. Anti-tank barrel and sights. So these will need to come off. Single engine airframe. Single engine aircraft armament. We have units available. The Panzer Division, we want to go to the 17th Panzer Corps with that unit. That was really fast. I see being wasted on production. So let's see. We have the Tirpitz and the Bismarck. We are going to put 3 more destroyer flotillas into production. 165 out of 155, that's pretty good. Right now, this number is through the sky. We're going to beat down reinforcement, which that already went down. And we're going to knock this number up quite a bit. But not all the way up. Okay. Air doctrines. We're behind on these. So we need to look at this. We're at 20. We need to be at 21. Let's see. Bomber target selection. Fighter pilot training. We'll do fighter pilot training. Jagdgeschwader. This will be in the 7th Jagdgeschwader. We're closing in on October when we can hopefully... Education advances. Holy crap, that was fast. Okay, so we'll go back to air doctrines. Naval air targeting. Alright, so hold on a second here. Airborne assault tactics. We need airborne infantry. Ooh, we're going to need that. Strategic air command. We don't need that. We don't need any of these right now. Strategic bombers are something we don't really need. This we need. Except we don't. Now we need to get rid of education. Then we can put it in. Airbase Strike Tactical Air Command. That looks good. More research possible. Oh, look at that. Kick that down to 21. Because we want officers to be high. High. Looking at production very quickly. March, May, 39. Anything coming up in 38. We've got these, this naval squadron coming off. I gotta find out what I'm gonna name them. But I don't have to do that for this episode. We got more research possible. Installation let's see here. Fighter ground control. Interception tactics. Interception tactics, that sounds good. Let's look at radar, man. We're just dying for radar. Can I even make those right now? I don't believe so. No, I can't. National decision available. Alright, so we have petered through a significant portion of 1938, especially compared to the abortive pre-Episode 8 fiasco. So I'm going to save the game here, because it's a big deal when we take over the rest of Czechoslovakia, and things will speed up when that happens. So we are going to call it a day for now, and then I will catch you next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.